help, that's all me. Could've went to jail or the army. Remember when they didn't wanna call me. Now I can't keep it, that's all me. Need no help, that's all me. Could've went to jail or the army. Remember when they didn't wanna call me. Should've seen a look when they saw me. Need no help, that's all me. Could've went to jail or the army. Remember when they didn't wanna call me. Now I can't keep it, that's all me. Need no help, that's all me. Could've went to jail or the army. Remember when they didn't wanna call me. Should've seen a look when they saw me. They ain't happy, they just shot. Killed Nipsey, they touched pop. Can't believe that I made it here. Bus rounds at my bus stop. No help, all me, get money on 3 game plan. In the hills talking real figures, got heel figure on the waistband. Like 4 bands, 4 hours, fuel efficient, just know I get it done. Life a dream, life a game, all the same, look like I really won. Roll the dice, you could bet that. Came back from a setback. Front pocket full of head pack. About to do a show, then I head back. Like, hold up. They ain't cheering, they just doubting. Kill Sebi, they touch Malcolm. Meanwhile, I bought a Cuban link. I might upgrade it, might bust down it. Shine hard like I'm supposed to. I'm a king in a slum village. When you speaking that real, even those claiming ain't none feel it. I can see the end.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Man, I've been trying to record this video all day. It got deleted after I spent like a few hours on it, so I'm pretty frustrated right now. Lucky for you, it's probably going to be a lot shorter and sweeter and to the point than it would have been, just because I'm sick of recording it at this point, to be honest with you. But at this point, I'm determined, man. I got a lot of information I want to get out to y'all. Start off with a great little run stopper. I've been playing some draft champions. Doing pretty well. Just hit my 5th Super Bowl. When you're playing draft champions, you know you got to pick a playbook. 1 out of 6 now. Kind of find myself labbing on the fly in-game a lot of the times. And I just came across this really good run stopper. I still mix in the 3-4 odd occasionally. 3-4 odd pinch buck O. It's actually kind of crazy how many even high-level opponents. I'm ranked 214 right now in draft, mainly because this big nickel defensive scheme I'm going to give you next. But it's crazy how many high-level opponents still don't know how to beat the 3-4 odd, especially when you mix it in very sparingly. A lot of times I won't even run it till like the 3rd quarter, but once they start really getting used to the blitz I'm sending, my coverages, I'll kind of mix it in, and once they're really comfortable not having to beat the 3-4 odd and you throw it in there late, you get a lot of sacks. But we all know that's vulnerable to the run. Even if you're not in this 3-4 odd scheme, this 3-4 odd play does a really good job of stopping the run. It's the Storm Brave 1, and we're going to run it flipped. Real easy adjustments, baseline, spread the D-line, crash them down, spread the linebackers, and just press. Kind of bring this safety out a little bit to help seal that edge, and you can move this guy out a little bit too if you have time. But mainly you want to get back to this linebacker on the left. It's in that man assignment, and you're going to user him and kind of shoot the gap. If he's going all the way outside, you got to kind of go up and get outside. A lot of times your linebacker or your safety will make the play for you. The baseline, spread the line, crash them down, spread the linebackers, and then you could press and bring this guy just a little bit outside, and user this guy, you can bring him in. Really, I think it works better if you leave them kind of to the left, and then right at the snap of the ball, loop around. It kind of messes with the AI, and you can shoot through untouched a lot of times. Baseline, spread that line, crash them down, spread the linebackers, and press, and bring this guy out. And I will put these adjustments on the screen, and then we'll go into the big nickel over G scheme. Once the middle is locked up though, and you know he's not going to the middle, make sure you get to that opposite side. Alright boys, so next up we're going to dive into the big nickel over G, and then I'm going to give you all some Jets offensive side of the ball. I know a lot of y'all pick Jets defense or Jets playbook in general in draft champions for that defense, so I want to make sure y'all have some money plays that I've been using in the Jets offense. First, let me give you this defensive little scheme, 3-play scheme here, guys. Absolutely the best blitz I've ever had in the since I've been doing YouTube. I really do want to give it to y'all, but I just don't want to get in spam, man. This is, I'll show you my ranking here on the screen. I'm actually going to blog out my gamer tag. Some of y'all that have been following me a long time probably already know it, but it's the absolute main reason why I'm ranked so high. I've just hit my 5th Super Bowl. You mix that blitz in, or maybe you have your own blitzes you're running out of this formation with these 2 coverages, and you're going to start playing some lockdown defense. It's a 3-play scheme. I'm giving you 2 of the plays, so don't be too mad at me, but that blitz, absolutely fire, guaranteed. It'll be, I'll put it on the $2.99 tier for y'all. Normally I would say that for the highest tier, it's that good. I would put it on YouTube, man. I'd get all kinds of views. I'd probably get all kinds of subscribers out of it. But honestly, the main reason, I don't want to get in spam, man, because I feel like I have a secret to the game. It's really that good. So come check it out. Links in the description. I'm going to give you the best 2 coverages out of this formation, though. We all know by now you could put 2 safeties at the linebacker positions. I actually prefer just a fast linebacker, especially if you're limited at DBs in draft. But do put a good safety here because you're going to leave him in the purple. Good coverage safety there as well. And then here, he's just going to be in a mid-third blue, and you're going to be lurking as well underneath. So probably you could save your worst safety or worst DB in general in that position right there. But this is the 4 lock palms. I'm also going to show you a cover 3 sky version of absolute lockdown coverage, and then we'll dive into the offense side of the ball. So 4 lock palms, I'll get a sack with that blitz, maybe 2nd and 15, or maybe he tries to run the ball a couple times unsuccessfully. You got him on 3rd and long. He comes out in a medium pass. Real easy setup here. Baseline, sends his safety back. Quick adjust that triangle safety to the deep 3rd. Quick adjust the L1 safety to the mid 3rd, and that's it. Your setup. The rest is just optional. If he's got trips to that side, I would probably throw him in a soft and maybe man him up on the slot, and I'll use this guy right over the middle. I mean, all Madden computer, he's going to make the absolute best decisions every time, and even the computer struggles with this this setup. And you could even put Burnett in like a mid or a hook curl, and just make sure you do have Mitchell in that deep 3rd because he's your safety net over top. You can even lurk over the center here. Sometimes you get quicker sheds that way. Absolutely money, though. You mix that in with the blitz on my Patreon, you're going to absolutely start playing top 100 defense. You do have to have a little bit of user, obviously. That goes without saying. But that's the first one. Then let's dive into the cover 3. But really, the possibilities are endless out of that 4 lock palms. Don't be afraid to leave it like that with the man defenders, or even put the outside guy in the deep 3rd and man up. Leave the inside guy man, and then just use that purple. Either user him or put him in like a hook curl or a hard flat if it's, you know, 3rd and short. Next up, we're going to do the cover 3, and then we'll go to the offensive side of the ball. So this, real easy. This was going around a little while ago, but it is nice when you mix it in with the 4 lock and with different blitzes and man coverage out of this formation. But it's just a baseline. Make sure you have 2 safeties here. I didn't switch this linebacker. Linebacker works too, but I would just use the linebacker on like a slower receiver if you know who's slow, or a tight end. But if you got a safety there, put them on that slot receiver on that side. Use the other yellow on a inside receiver on that side, and then all you do is shade the coverage down, shade it back up, so you got cloud flats on the outside side. Now you got, I mean, cover 3 is most vulnerable up the seams. That's why you're going to use your Mitchell here. Take any deep threats away, and it's vulnerable in the seams, and that's why you have the inside safeties. Really nice to have them manned up on the slot. So absolutely locked down. There are ways to beat it, but when you mix it in with the other coverage and then you start all out, not technically all out, my blitz is only sent at 5, but it becomes a headache for your opponent. I can show you more footage if you want, but there is a lot in the beginning of this video. Just make sure your first responsibility is always making sure you don't get beat over the top, and then kind of bait and user and lurk over the middle. So let's dive to the offense side of the ball. Just baseline, shade down, shade back up, and then man these guys up underneath. And I would, if you're running this version, I would kind of hide that you're user and Mitchell, kind of make it look like a computer, because that just gives you more opportunity to fool him late. Because if he sees the cover 3 and he doesn't know you're on that safety, he's gonna think he's got you beat up the seams, and I get a lot of picks that way. Like right here, make him look. Oh, this computer beat me, but I would have made him look like that seam was open, and then float up top and take that rock to the house on a pick 6. Let's go to the offense side of the ball. Really good. 2 really good runs out of the Jets playbook. Kind of a hidden formation that I just came across randomly. All right, to the offensive side of the ball. If y'all knew what I did to record this video, man, after it got deleted, you'd call me crazy. I'm feeling like I'm kind of crazy right now. My girl hates me right now. So let's wrap it up strong, boys. This is, everybody loves a good overpowered run scheme in Madden. Who doesn't love to run the raw? Singleback ace close. Why have I not seen this formation? Jets offense. It's in a few different offenses. I don't have it pulled up yet right here, but I will post in the description which offenses it's in. Mix it in with the ace slot. Very good 2 formations. But the ace close, this halfback zone weak is really good. PA cross is good. You can actually carry out that play action because you're only sending 2 receivers with a lot of blocking still. TE seam is nasty. And then a couple other playbooks that have the same formation have a double cross plays in here. Jets doesn't have it, but that plays really good as well. But this halfback zone weak is really good. That'll be the staple of this little scheme. I come out and, like, as I'm walking to the line, I kind of flip it so he doesn't know you're running, doesn't see you flip the play. I like to run to the right. That might just be preference, but don't be afraid to cut it back. Don't be afraid to bounce it outside. Don't be afraid to take it right where it's designed to go. You just gotta make your reads and use this run efficiently, and then kind of to set up the toss and set up the other pass plays out of this formation. But that's the staple to it. Run a stock. You saw in the beginning, actually, I use this motion a lot of times. Snap it right there up the gap. Gives you another lead blocker. A lot of times that man, that'll bring that corner in a little bit, and it'll actually allow you to bounce it outside too. So, and the computer doesn't really run a lot of what other formations, or computer doesn't run the same formations that you're seeing online. So that's the first one. You can mix that in with the toss. I'll just show you this once. Toss doesn't ever really work great in practice mode, but he does kind of loop outside, and I almost got that blocker and I would have taken it off to the house. But both with this toss and the pass plays out of this formation, one thing to note is you can't let Landry get too far outside or it won't let you snap this ball. So make sure you snap it nice and close in there. And I feel like a good draft receiver would have held that block, but they're getting instant sheds, obviously, all Madden practice mode. That's that for you. So those 2 runs are really good. And then what that's going to do is it's going to set up my 2 favorite passes. PA cross is PA cross, no adjustments. Carry out the play action. Try to get them in a run commit or bring one of the safeties down for a 1-play touchdown. And then one of my favorite pass plays is this little bench play. And a lot of times you only have 1 good tight end. So this works out great because you're going to block the not so good tight ends. Just have them as an extra blocker. You're going to drag your best tight end. You're going to leave. It's very rare I leave that purple route, little check and release. But we are going to leave that on this play. And then we're going to do this same motion with Landry. Make sure you try to snap it right by Beckham or it won't let you. And with that drag, and I was a little late there. I should have thrown it as soon as he broke. But with that drag and Landry's route coming back over the top, a lot of times square will get wide open. But my first read is always the drag, obviously. Then I look at square. Then I kind of see if Landry might be in a zone buster over the top. And then you always have R1 late if you need it. But look at that little zone buster right there. Kind of get in position and try to rack that. And then the only thing that's really going to stop this drag route is a hard flat. And it's very rare you'll see that unless it's like 4th and 1. So it's just drag your X receiver, block, triangle, leave R1 there for a late check down, and then move circle to the left. Just make sure you snap it right by square here. Kind of make your reads. Circle's going to come open there. You kind of got to just get in the lab and get a feel for how those zones react, but they don't react great against that route combo, and that's why it works so good. All right, last play is the TE seam. We're going to actually run this to the other side. We're going to put Beckham on a little zig route. A few things you can do. I do definitely like to block the running back. X is a great route. And you could leave Landry there. You can put him on a shorter hitch. You can put him on a zig as well to the outside. Or you can just put him on a simple in route. All very good options. I kind of like the deep, oops, once you flip it, he's on a deep curl. And that with the X is pretty good because the user is going to have to kind of decide, and both those routes are really going to take his attention. Then you could hit square or triangle for a big gainer. So that's it, boys. I spent way too much time on this video. Gonna get the thumbnail up and try to post it here in the next 20 minutes. Hope to God it doesn't get deleted again. I appreciate you watching. Like the video. It only took me about 48 hours to make, but like the video, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the rest of your Madden season.